Let's take you to KwaZulu-Natal. The case of alleged instigators of the 2021 July Unrest has been postponed. 37 suspects appeared briefly in the Durban Magistrate's Court today. More than 40 people have been arrested so far. Our senior reporter, Dasen Thathiah, is in our Durban studios this afternoon, joining us now just to bring us up to speed with this case. Dasen, very good afternoon. Welcome to today. And thank you very much for your time. So I was picking up my glasses, which just dropped on the floor here in the studio. This case has got different numbers that have been bandied about because people have been appearing in court in different groups altogether. But I think the picture is beginning to be clearer now about how many people. So tell us, give us some of those details now. Tell us what happened in court.
Let me start with the background, Brad Dan. So you're talking about the numbers. So up until this point, when we walked into court today, those official numbers of arrests, that was 46. That was the last statement that was issued by the Hawks, which is heading this investigation. But when we were in court today for the second appearance of those that had already been arrested, we also found out that 2 more people had been arrested, and they were then going to have their first appearance in court today. So that effectively brought the number of arrests up to 48. But those that appeared in court were 35. And everyone that came after that will be appearing together as a collective on the 30th of November. So that's when the case has been adjourned to. That's at the end of next month. At that point, there should be a minimum of 48 people that will be appearing then, and presumably more, because these arrests are meant to be continuing. Look, at the beginning, we were told that there were more than 80 people that needed to be arrested, and we had expected that by today that would have been done. But there seemed to have been, the pace seems to have slowed down somewhat, meaning that now this case has once again been postponed for further investigation, and the rest of the people that need to be picked up by the Hawks will presumably be, that'll be rounded up before the end of November when the case does get back to court. But today's appearance, very brief, just the technicalities being sorted out, things like legal representation. The bail conditions remain the same. All of them are out on 3,000 Rand bail. And those conditions include not talking about the case on social media, not changing contact details, not leaving the provinces. Very important clause there, because you'll recall that not all of these people are from KZN. The last batch that we saw, that group was from Gauteng. There was another one from the Western Cape. There's someone else from the Free State. So all of these people coming from various provinces. And for at least the time being, they're meant to stay in those provinces and not move unless they have permission to do so. So other issues that came up were those around language, sorting out interpreters for the next court appearance, because there's now a variety of languages that need to be catered to. But I think one of the bigger ones was around the logistics. How are they going to accommodate all of these people on the 30th of November as that list grows?
Who are these people? Is there clarity? Who are they?
That's also another interesting point. It's something that we've been looking at over the past week or so, exactly who these people are. And initially, when you look at these types of cases, you're always looking for the political affiliation. And you don't realize sometimes that these people are average Joes, so to speak, people like you and I that are employed. And when we were looking through the list, we saw that. We saw, for example, a policeman in there. We saw people that were employed by the education department, by the health department, by some government departments, others employed privately. So it's really a mixed bag of people, others that are unemployed, some that are old, and some others that are some that are young, and others that are as old as 58. Some of them are effectively reaching the pension stage. So it's a complete mixed bag of people, and all of them linked by their presence in that WhatsApp group that is so often spoken about now, the WhatsApp group that was seen to be behind the coordination of those attacks. But right now, as it stands, that list is growing. It seems like we will be seeing more people getting onto that list. Although the Hawks and the NPA won't talk to us about what we call high-profile people, they say that we just need to watch this space closely.
Yeah, and I guess those investigators, they will need a lot of digital forensics expertise in to be able to connect all these dots on these various networks that we used at the time.
Definitely. That is another part of the investigation that is crucial because of how this was conducted or how this crime was conducted. And that was through things like social media platforms, cell phones, digital devices. So this uprising, this unrest, was coordinated through digital means, which means that you need expertise to unpack all of that, and that's where digital forensics teams come into play. I was just having a conversation a short while ago with a private investigator which deals with such things. He hasn't been dealing with this case, but he's been dealing with digital forensics in general. And it was quite a fascinating conversation. I'll include some of it in my package that I'm putting together later. But effectively what he was saying was that every crime that uses a digital device, which is most of them these days, leaves a digital footprint. It's just that those that are committing the crimes don't often realize that. And that effectively means that almost everything that was done here in this case, where the state says the coordination was done through these digital devices, that means that that'll ultimately be traced, but it means that it's a lot of hard work. It's very time consuming. And I guess that's why the case is now postponed for further investigation.
Yeah, I look forward to watching your package that you're putting together for later this afternoon. Dasen Thathiah, thank you very much. Our senior reporter there live to us from our Durban studios about this matter where we have seen 37 suspects, the so-called instigators, the alleged instigators of the July unrest appearing in court. That's been postponed again. So we're going to have to wait and see. Thank you very much, Dasen Thathiah. Now,